Hey guys, so this video is going to focus on how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. So when it comes to completing the square, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that the equation is in proper form. Now, in proper form, what you're looking for is you're looking for your x squared term, your x term here, but what you want to do is you want to move that constant term over to the other side. So if I added 16 to both sides to get it on the other side, we're going to have x squared plus 6x is equal to 16. But what we're doing here is we're actually wanting to complete this trinomial to where we're actually going to be left with a perfect trinomial squared. So essentially what we're doing here is, if you're not so familiar, so we're going to want to be left with one of these perfect square trinomials here, where you're going to be left with x plus 9 squared or x minus 5 squared or something like that, a nice pretty binomial squared here. So that's what we're trying to create when we're doing this kind of problem here. So we always need to make sure that it's in proper form first, so always kick over that constant term. Step 2 in completing the squared says that we need to do this. In order to figure out what this missing term here is going to be, what we do is we take 1/2 of b and then square it. So remember that b is your middle term. So for this example, that's a 6. So take half of 6. So half of 6 is 3. And square 3. So 3 squared is 9. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this missing piece here with a 9. But do remember that if I'm going to add in a 9 to the left-hand side, I have to add in a 9 to the right-hand side. So let's go ahead and simplify that right-hand side. So if I simplify the right-hand side, 16 plus 9 is a 25. Now what you're going to want to do on that left-hand side after adding in that number there is you're going to want to factor this thing. And it should factor to a perfect binomial squared. So if we're going to factor this thing here, so let's factor it, right? So what I call reverse FOIL method. So this x squared here in front tells us x times x. Then we look at the last term, and the last term is a 9. And we list all the different possibilities of getting a 9. 1 times 9, 3 times 3. And we want the combination that's going to add or subtract to the middle term. Just a clue here, if we're getting a perfect binomial squared, these numbers should be the same every single time. So it's going to be the 3, 3 combination. And since everything's positive, everything has to be positive in our factors here. So instead of writing this x plus 3 times x plus 3, let's write this x plus 3 squared. And that's going to equal that 25 over there. Now, this is how we complete the square. So sometimes you may just be asked to complete the square to finish off the equation and put it in that form. But then taking it a step further, we're going to need to solve this thing. So if we're going to want to solve this thing here, so we want it in this nice form here, completing the square, because it's going to make it easier for us to solve it instead of using the quadratic formula. We could use the quadratic formula to solve any quadratic equation here, but let's be serious, not for every single problem do we want to have to plug into that big formula there and have to simplify that down. So completing the square is sometimes nicer. So in order to solve this problem here, so the opposite of a square, right, so we need to get rid of that square first. The opposite of a square is a square root. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. A square root and a square cancel, leaving me with x plus 3 is equal to the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. Remember, 5 times 5 is 25, but negative 5 times negative 5 is also 25. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to solve both of those equations. We're going to want to take x plus 3 is equal to 5, and then x plus 3 is equal to negative 5. And solve these two equations, and those would be the two solutions to our problem. So the equation on the left, all we have to do is subtract 3 on both sides, and x is equal to a 2. the equation on the right. Again, just subtract 3 on both sides, and x is equal to -8. So my two solutions are a 2 and a -8 here. So remember, when it comes to computing the square, always kick that constant term over to the other side. And you want to fill it in using 1/2 b squared. So always take half of that middle term and then square it, and make sure that you add that to both sides, because that's what's going to let you factor your trinomial nice and pretty so that you can continue on to solve the quadratic equation.